number 5 at Ascot. It's over the 1200 metres. It is Perth at race number 11 for our Singapore viewers. And we have some good form lines in this race, especially for Riverbend Cowboy coming out of the Universal Law form lines.
Yeah, and last start didn't have a lot of luck, but you're right, the Universal Law form lines look very good after its victory on the weekend. It's drawn a bit poorly. There's some good horses in this race. Maybe that's an overstatement. There's some decent horses in form in this race, which is the key, and the 5, the High Road, is one of those.
Well, the one thing we know with the High Road, it will certainly set a bit of speed out in front and can roll at that nice cruising speed. Aaron Mitchell takes the ride, and we'll take a look at the last start performance where it finished second.
Your Wakaha kid, he's a Torio, well back with Caribbean Cruise. By the 300 though, Mickey Moto Gift on top leads the way from Belrov. The High Road driving through on his inside. The High Road coming at Mickey Moto Gift, and they've raced away together from Belrov, and then Bonnie Baby running on. It's Mickey Moto Gift at the 100. The High Road is sticking with him tooth and nail. The High Road and Mickey Moto Gift, they went to the line. Gee, nothing in it in the last.
A really honest performance there by the High Road. Proved that it can be competitive over that shorter distance. Up to the 1200 metres here in a good barrier. It would be hard to get past.
What about number 7, Lowlands Boy for Adam Durant? Clint Johnston Porter to ride. Obviously, he was a winner last start at Geraldton. Mystery Glow's come out and won since as well. Do you see those form lines holding up in a weakish race like this?
Yeah, you'd probably say it's equivalent. It has drawn nicely and still with the claim of Clint Johnston Porter. Its previous form lines are just okay, so this horse would need to improve.
Number 1, Quantitative Easing for Brett Pope. Molly Clark takes the ride to just the 57 kilos. The 11 seconds and low flying form lines, even going back to Nullakai.
Yeah.
If this horse is at its best, I think it can certainly play a part in the top 4.
Yeah, the Nullakai form lines is what I banked it on. The 57 kilograms, maybe a bit too much, but the horse is good on its day.
And number 8, Our Mate Charlie, another horse for Graham Ballantyne that at times has shown some pretty good form. Lucy Warwick to ride, of course, a winner at Kalgoorlie going back to June. First up, didn't have much luck from the barrier.
No, it didn't, but I'm going back to the run on the 8th of July. This horse, I think, was $21 and ended up starting $5. They did not stop putting money on it against horses like Clobbered, and we couldn't really see how that would happen. It only went down by 2.5 lengths in the end, so something obviously rates pretty well with Our Mate Charlie.
Let's take a look at selections then, and I'm going to be tipping at number 4, Riverbend Cowboy, from number 5, the High Road, number 7, Lowlands Boy, and number 1, Quantitative Easing.
And 4, Riverbend Cowboy on top from 7, Lowlands Boy, the 8, Our Mate Charlie, and number 11, Wakaha Kid.
Race number 6 is Perth, race number 13 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1200 metres. And Ian, there's some pretty good runners in this race. And I speak of Antique Dream and Secret Mix. But what I'm really looking forward to is seeing if Nardini and Snow Chance have improved for their new trainers.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Nardini, of course, is leaving the Durant stable, but goes to Simon Miller, which is probably he's an outstanding sprinting trainer where Nardini probably belongs. The 11 Snow Chance, it was a very impressive trial, and this horse on its day can really put in some good form. The 6 Secret Minx, it was a great run last start.
I think we're expecting this run first up, and it disappointed, but last start only beaten 1.3 lengths by Arcadia Dream. We know how those form lines have gone now behind Perfect Reflection as well, so let's take a look at the closing stages of that run.
Trailed by Arcadia Dream, who's about to pull out and make its run for Pike. Followed further back, Big Caroline, Auradol, Scandalous Lady, Dawn's Flyer led them. The 250 Secret Minx joined in. Here comes the favourite winding up though. Arcadia Dream with military precision against the rail. 100 left to go, and Arcadia Dream had gone to the lead from Secret Minx. It's pulling away, and the other good thing for the day comes away to win.
It had its opportunity, Secret Minx, but it's more about who it was beaten by. Arcadia Dream is outstanding in the Belgravia, and those form lines will definitely hold up, we know that. Drawn a bit poorly, but it probably is one of the main chances alongside the other one in Cerise and White.
Tell us your thoughts about number 1, Antique Dream, because although when you go through the form lines, they're not actually very strong. You look at the horses that it's beaten, the lights have gone digging as well. I know that Lucy Warwick takes the ride, but 59 kilos for the mare, a bit of a concern, but I was still quite impressed by that first up performance behind Stable Secret, which has come out and won since as well. So It was hard to balance up the previous to the now and see where it fits in this field.
I took a set against Antique Dream going into that race, and I was impressed at how good the run was. And we've seen the form lines, as you mentioned, Stable Secret, also happy with Kendall winning as well. It's just so hard to say no, because I just feel that everything in this Grant Williams stable has just improved, and especially anything in those colours.
What about number 11, Snow Chance? You mentioned how good the trial was. I think you and I both expected some really good performances in the prep leading up to that trial. It didn't show the class, but this mare, when she's up and firing, she is very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, coming from Trevor Andrews, and he's certainly one of the better trainers in the state, but Justin Warwick has that knack of really getting horses to improve. Drawn well. look, you don't want to write it off, but of course his daughter Lucy Warwick is on Antique Dream.
Well, let's take a look at selections then, and I'm going to be tipping number 6 Secret Minx, from number 1 Antique Dream, number 11 Snow Chance, and number 5 Nardini.
Yeah, flip of the coin with me, I went with the 1 Antique Dream from 6 Secret Minx. Number 9, Here Comes the Storm, off a very impressive trial, and the 11 Snow Chance.
Race number 7 at Ascot is Perth race number 15 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 2,200 metres. And Ian, the positive with the distance races at the moment is that most of the time the favourite goes out about $5.
Yeah, no, you get good value, and I really like this race in comparison to the other staying races because really, top to bottom, they've all got a very good chance. Normally there's a gulf between the talent.
Well, a horse that won last start was Kansas, hadn't won for 651 days, was able to break that drought and comes up against a lot of the horses that it did beat again. So we'll take a look at that performance now.
Coming into the turn, 2 lengths Pipingara, followed by Quite Regal Delicato. At the 250, Kansas out near the middle of the track, the leader a length and a half to Pipingara. Then Quite Regal. Here's Blustery running on as well with 100 left to go. Kansas, Pipingara, but it's Kansas, kept going by Banjo. He's back in the City Winners list today and goes on to win at Kansas.
I think it was Ben Patterson's first ride back in the City, and didn't he ride it perfectly? Really good performance from Kansas. And that horse was, as you mentioned, a big drought between performances. To get that victory out of the way bodes very well for this campaign.
What about number 5, Blustery? Obviously, he gets a nice weight swing, attached the line strongly on that occasion and drawn better for this run.
Yeah, look, that was probably its best run this campaign, in my opinion. Even the victories, I certainly wasn't wrapped in the form lines. Thought it just proved that it can really compete at this level. Last start has drawn well again.
Number 8, Present Arms, comes out of the Ladies' Choice form lines. Now, we know they've been pretty strong. There was support for Ahmed on the weekend, which finished behind Ladies' Choice and in front of Present Arms. Do you see, with the claim here of Clint Johnson Porter, just the 53.5, it being very hard to beat?
Yeah, I think Present Arms was just luckless last start. Was held up for a good portion of that race, down to the 53.5 kilograms. That's a career low weight for this 6-year-old. And it has about a 6 kilogram pull on I'm a Blue Bagger. So going through all those factors, I think Present Arms is the one to beat.
Number 2, Mantango for Brett Pope. Jordan Turner takes ride. Now, we've got to remember at Ascot that this combination was very strong at a stage. Jordan Turner just rode this horse superbly. Can you see this combination playing a big part in this race?
I think the key last start was that was its first run for some time that really impressed. It was a good performance. Who's to blame has come from that race. Drawn well, yeah, you wouldn't want to write it off.
Let's take a look at selections then. I'm going to be tipping at number 4, Kansas, from number 5, Blustery, number 3, Resets Mate, and number 7, So Extreme.
And the 8, Present Arms on top from 2, Mantango, number 9, Magic Nino, and the 4, Kansas.
Final race of the day at Ascot is Perth, race number 17 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,800 metres, and although this is a cracking way to finish the race, we've got some strong Wednesday form, some Saturday form as well. Throw it all together and we've got a good field.
I think essentially 9 of the 10 here can really win, and they all have their talent, even to compete on a Saturday, most of these, as you mentioned. But it's a very open race, but the 2 Moon Search probably got back to its best form. We've been tipping it a lot the last campaign. That was its first time it really proved anything.
I think we're thankful as well that this horse has showed a little bit, because we know how talented it can be. It really does prefer Ascot, and we'll take a look at that last performance that you mentioned was much improved now.
Led by 2 lengths Meteoroid. Down on the inside, Night Prowler. Down the outside comes Capanda with a run rare selection. Battling Moon Search, the Carn-Up Kid. Illuminated, still got plenty to offer though. Beat off Meteoroid, who can't do any better. It's well out in front, Illuminated. Capanda giving chase down the outside, but boy, this has been a win. Illuminated, didn't expect him to lead, but he's come away and he extends the margin late to win it by over 5.
Now, it was beaten 7 lengths in the end, but so was a horse like Night Prowler. And of course, Night Prowler almost came out and beat Illuminated on the weekend. Drawn well here, up to the 1,800 metres. You wouldn't want to write it off.
Number 1, Vital Edition, was a winner 2 starts ago. Maybe doing the quick backup here. Was held up for the majority of the run behind Special Delivery. Gets the claim again of Casey Hunter, so back down to the 55.5. And at its career best form, it's certainly in the mix. I'm just not sure how we weighed the backup.
Yeah, look, it can certainly be a negative. I don't think this horse has been off 1 before, so I found that hard to read. Inside barrier, Casey Hunter was the last jockey to win on this, so yeah, you wouldn't want to write it off.
Number 3, Quintessence, quantitative easing a little bit earlier for Brett Pope. There's a lot of them. Clint Johnson Porter's ride, so just the 54.5 kilos, and I really like this horse with a drop down in the weight and the way that he'll be able to sit in a positive position.
Look, I'm a big fan of Quintessence. I just don't like this horse at Ascot. It doesn't have a great record there, but Last start was a great breakthrough performance. They back, don't get caught on the weekend. So, look, I'm a bit caught in between this for this horse.
It's going to have to defy a few odds. 5 starts at the track for only the 1/3. So, be looking forward to see how that goes. What about number 4, Rain Dance Maggie? Because, again, this is a Saturday horse, but hasn't quite shown that. Can we see improvement now at a track where it's had 3 wins from 9 starts?
Yeah, that's the almost anti-quintessence. Its form at Ascot is outstanding compared to Belmont, where it's not that flash out. So it'll be very interesting to see how it handles it. Yeah, on its best, it would win this.
Let's take a look at selections then, and I'm going for a form turnaround at Ascot and putting number 3, Quintessence, on top. From number 7, Jaspara, number 8, Planets Align, and number 2, Moon Search.
I'm 2, Moon Search on top. From 4, Rain Dance Maggie. The 5, Tales of Summer, and number 9, Dana Breezer.
Well, it's time now to take a look at the best bets for the card, and I'm going to be tipping race 6, number 6, Secret Minx, and race 8, number 3, Quintessence, hopefully for a little bit of value.
Yeah, I'll go with race 2, number 3, Barzinho, and race 5, number 4, Riverbend Cowboy.
I think it's the first time for a while we've stayed away from having the same race best bets, so hopefully some value for all the punters. Hopefully we found you a few winners throughout this, and we'll be back again on Saturday with another edition of Lockstein.